Well, we're back at it again. Good morning, everybody. Um, I had to run outside to do something. Huh? Oh, I nearly got a mini heart attack. I tried to go on my. I had logged into my other page, and ouch. Yeah, I'd logged into my page and then tried to go back, and it's telling me page can't be found. Nearly had a mini heart attack. I thought Mark took away my profile or something. Anyways, guys, what? We have a lot to talk about this morning. OMG. But first, thank you so much, Beacon Insurance and Western Union, for powering up our morning. Um, it's so good to be back with you guys again. No, I'm not seeing anything. No. Debbie Crony, when you go on the live, okay, you click the bottom of the live, and there you will see. Hold on. Um, yeah, one, two, three dots at the bottom. Go down, and you would see turn on live notification. Mark turns it off sometimes, so you have to manually go down right at the bottom of the live, three dots, click on it and turn on notification. That's how you get it. So you would be able to get your notification without waiting for a tag. Okay, that's all there is to it. Anyways, guys, good morning. I'm just hearing that. I'm just hearing that, and I put it in my stories. Thanks, Don. I put it in my headline to talk about this morning. So much happened yesterday, so much happening today, and we're just trying to make sense of it all, as best as we can, the only way we know how to. It's a talking point, so why not? But just want to say special morning to those of you who join me daily. I truly appreciate you. Good morning to those of you who are listening online, who listen via Power 95 online, our webpage, or you listen to one of those streaming apps, or you're on YouTube, or you're on the live on Facebook, or you're listening via radio. I so appreciate you. All right. Okie doke, so we're up and running again. Come on in, guys. Lots to talk about. So make sure you share up the live. Hit the at followers, at highlights, at whoever you got going on. And they'll be able to join us. Good morning, Roxanne. You're very early. Good morning. Yes, I was late. Good morning, Shantae. Good morning, Valerie. Marianne, good morning. Lisa, you were late this morning, too. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ellen Dabrio, Terrence Wells. Good morning. Sonia, you're early today. Good morning. Welcome. Debbie Crony, good morning. Morning, Jenilyn. Morning, Jackie. Today's your Sabbath. Me know I'm going to do these days. Nothing like you and your little feelings. Birthday coming up. I get that way sometimes. Once it's my birthday, I get super touchy and moody and what have you. And maybe that's what you're going through. Whatever it is, fix up yourself. All right? Fix up your argument. Kadina, good morning. Jenny. Morning, Jimmy. Jimmy Joseph, good morning. Pinky Regis, good morning. Who else is here? Valerie, good morning. No, not sugar cake. Good morning, Jay Laborde, Vilma, Nissy. Hope you're well. Shireen, welcome to the show. Ours Farming Enterprise, good morning. Ryan DeRiggs, Irvin Lewison. Irvin, don't make me and you fall out, eh? Morning, Gabby. Morning, Gabby. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Akeem, good morning. Morning, Naya. All you want to see. Yeah, come for your 5 minutes and go about your business, Miss Naya. Morning, Jillian. Morning, Luke. Morning, Michelle. Wendy. Lexi. You good? Yes, Miss Duda Confectionery is the best. Oh, you got it? Oh, I'm telling you. What's her name? Dudu or Dodo? Me don't know. I don't know. I just call her the lady with the sugar cake. I'm happy that you had it. Thanks for the info. It is the best. She makes those confectionaries with love. No shortcuts, no short changing you, no cutting back on ingredients. You get the full works. Coconut fudge, candies, drops. Listen, she makes a mean coconut drop as well. Groundnut sugar cake, um, cheese straw, just name it. Just name it. She's the absolute best. I just love her for that. Nadia, good morning. And Joanna, Erlin, I see you. Judy, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. Good morning, Delroy. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this morning? Yesterday was something, wasn't it? Morning, Norman, Marilyn in the building. Good morning, Salvan. I ain't come to buy the place fast passing. That boy real contentious, you know. You grew up with old people, Salvan. Nah, boy. Anyways, morning, Carla. Guys, coming in and share the live. Because we have a lot to talk about this morning. Oh, passing, and come to buy the place. Let me tag Chantel for you. Chantel is the right one for you to fix you up. Um, so yesterday, what a day, what a day. And people take me for a joke. There's someone in particular who takes me for a joke when I say, whenever my eyes jump and my eyes are, remember I told you that last week and you're like, where I get this old people thing? I told you whenever my eye, this eye, the left eye just jumps, we get a lot of rain. It's something that I got, my mother always used to say, and I saw it for myself, it rained. And whenever, and I tell no lie when I tell you, whenever my eyes just jumps, the left one, only the left one. It's not like the both of them, like your eye twitch. No. When this one just starts to jump, it rains. No, but nobody takes me serious around here. You're making fun of me. I was telling you it was gonna rain. We are gonna get some rain. Gabby's grandfather died. Oh my gosh. Guys, could you please join me in extending condolences to Gabby and her family? Her grandfather died yesterday. My condolences, Gabby. I did not know. I'm so sorry. Condolences to you and the rest of your family on the passing of your grandfather. I hope you guys find comfort and may his soul rest in eternal peace. All right. And anyone who probably lost someone, also extending condolences to the family who lost their family member. I'm hearing it's as a result of the flood. Don't quote me on that, but just got a bit of information saying that her body was found in a vehicle or something of that sort this morning. Wow. Anybody have any more information regarding that? Has the police put out anything as yet? Yesterday was a day, man. Listen, when I saw it was raining consistently yesterday morning. As a matter of fact, since Friday night, it started to rain, thunder, lightning, and the weekend it rained, and the ground already saturated, and it was just consistent yesterday morning. And by the time I got off air, like 12, did my news 12:15. I'm like 12:10. I was like, let me hightail it out of here. This weather does not look good. Things I had to do, I'm not even gonna do it. Let me just put that on hold, and I'm going home. So I beat a hasty retreat out of town, went up St. John Street, Cemetery Hill, hit it up Lucas Street, Richmond Hill, Monjaloo, and I was home. And I got in just in time, and then it started to, and I'm seeing all these videos started coming in with flooding everywhere, and the place was just a mess. Seeing people saying it took them like 2+ hours to get out of traffic in certain areas, especially Kirani James was flooded. I've never seen Kirani James Boulevard water in the road like that ever. I know like the Carnage, River Road is known for that. Woodlands, by the Tamsisi, I know those areas are prone to flooding, but I have never seen flooding on Kirani James ever. And it's something that there's so much to take into consideration. And one thing that is at the forefront of my mind is that climate change is real. And imagine the Met Office saying, we got like 2 months worth of water in like couple hours. I have never seen that amount of water. Even when Hurricane Beryl passed through, there wasn't this much water. And my heart goes out to the vehicle owners and property owners who got whose homes and vehicles were flooded out and what have you. Boy, those insurance companies, they will be holding their head this morning. But whew, it was a tough day yesterday. You know, it was a really tough day yesterday. And as always, we point the fingers and we do the whole blame game and all of that. They got caught in traffic in Springs for over an hour. Doze off, all kind of thing. The flooding was more than anyone prepared for or expected. No, I don't think I don't think, even if the Met Office was putting out these bulletins of flash flooding and low-lying air flood prone areas, etc., I did not think we would have this extent of flooding, especially in River Road. It's bit, and I'm seeing others saying that it's they've experienced worse. I've never seen it this bad, but I was listening to a video I think I saw on Facebook. I think the guy is the manager or something of the stadium, and he was saying they've never had it this bad, to the point where vehicles packed in the stadium yard, water was all the way up to their windshield, to their windscreen. It's listen, we had to do something, and do something fast, and take this whole climate change thing seriously. And we really need to invest into what causes that nature of flooding. I'm seeing people talking about, the wall and finish and the wall. Listen, at this point in time, whatever needs to be done, let's just get it done. Whatever is hindering the process, let's sort it out and work it out. I'm not an engineer. The amount of people I see giving suggestions, y'all are an engineer. We can also run remote and say what we feel. But we need proper engineers and people who know what they're about to seriously sit down and study this, because water needs somewhere to go. And if it can't find a natural outlet, it's going to find places. There's no trees in that area. There's no big rocks in that area to sort of hold back the flow. So it's just going to flow. And on top of that, you know what causes flooding apart from trees and branches? When all you throw bottles, plastic bottles, boxes, all sorts of garbage in rivers, and just driving in buses or just fling it in bushes, and that's what you're seeing with the amount of water that's coming in, a whole bunch of debris, garbage, bottles. We seriously need to get this under control. And people have to be more responsible when it comes to our environment and where we live and how we live. Everything can be blamed on nature. We contribute to that as well. Because the amount of debris that is stopping the water from flow, of course, is going to go someplace else. I saw so many bottles floating in water. We need to get serious about this plastic bottles, the plastic generally, how we dispose of things. People just we have no care. You see, listen, imagine in town, I'm walking down my job stairs, and people will sit, eat their fast food, whatever boxes, bottles, they eat, they leave it on the step and just go about their business. There's no bins around. There's bins at the back of the terminal. They would literally leave. Listen, don't pass a weekend, Friday evening, come here on a Saturday morning. The entire step is lined with whether people drink, they eat, they just leave it exactly where they sat and go about their business. How many times we've seen the police and other organizations cleaning up the stones, between the stones at the back of the NIS building? Bags and bags and bags filled with bottles that people just sit, eat, and just throw in and don't think of, okay, where is this going? How is that contributing to natural disasters? Are they just nasty and okay? It's and then people have to sit and somebody have to tell you, if you have garbage, hold on to it until you reach home or something to dispose of it, or wait until you have a bin. How you just I could never be. Listen, I would walk around with garbage in my vehicle for the whole time until I reach home. There's no way I could be comfortable to be eating or have a plastic bottle and just fling it out of my vehicle window. The most you probably I'll do that with if it eating maybe a plum or skin up or something, because that can break down. So it's not like it's gonna do. Maybe that's the most I will do. A plum seed or skin up seed or something like that. You toss it out your window. That is the only exception. Other than that, and then we want to blame everything and everybody. If we don't start making some serious changes in the way we do things, we'll forever have this problem. Talking about serious changes, how big people have to wait for other big people to tell them what to do? Like, how you have a child, you see that it's raining, watermelon flower, and you have to wait for a government, or you have to wait for somebody to call you or put out a notice on the air or something to say, go and collect your child or go and collect your child. Make it make sense. We've been talking about this for the entire morning. The day before, we've been talking about it. We've been posting it. That's why I keep saying we are a nation of people who don't mind the business we're supposed to mind. And that will forever be our problem, because we mind everything else except our business. How you have as a parent have to wait until I see rain falling, bucket a drop, I take my child and send in school. One day after school, go kill my child? Y'all take them and pile them up in the daycares. There's no water. Some of these daycares don't even have tanks. These are things you have to take into consideration when choosing a daycare or something for your child or children. Because if there's no water, you can't have little children in a daycare somewhere with no running water. That's just common sense. Send in an excuse tomorrow. Or if you see water clock and you're in a school and you see, make a decision. Call it off. It's like adults waiting on other adults to tell them what to do. Like, we don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to do something. Either that, or we wait to blame somebody for something happening. Make it make an ounce of sense. Only 1 ounce. I ain't want a lot. That every single thing you have to wait to be told what to do. Somebody had to tell you, hold your hand, spoon feed you. Nobody doesn't have to tell all you to. When all you want to know people business, you all find it, You all have sources. You all have whatever is at your disposal, you find it. If you want to find it about somebody, who somebody there with, who somebody doing, you all find it in an instant. But things that are meaningful to you and your life, y'all waiting for somebody to tell y'all what to do. Donna says, my daughter is 15 and I sent for her early o'clock. Once you see watermelon flower, especially if you know areas that are known to flood, you have to take in front before in front take you. It's as simple as that. We are not proactive at all. We are always reactive. We are never proactive. The situation yesterday, we could be singing a different song this morning. And then you're seeing adults. Like, I don't know, y'all feel vehicles are made of, I don't know. I saw videos of drivers going through flooded areas. And I'm not talking about a little bit of water that reaching the bottom of the tires. I ain't talking about a little bit of water. I'm talking about water that reaching all the way up almost to their bonnets. You don't know the depth. You don't know what you could find, what debris in the road. You don't know what could be in the water. You don't need to speed up the water. But some of y'all are venturing, playing hero, venturing through water. Water is a destructive force. And it's never a good idea to try to drive through flooded waters, especially waters that are that high. It's never a good idea. So sometimes, like I said, if we applied that thing called common sense that was given to each and every one of us, if we applied it a little bit more, then Akeem says plenty of us don't spend time, invest, or engage in anything constructive into self development, and it shows arrogance and illiteracy is too loud within the Grenadian society. We're not minding our business at all. And another thing that I see just people, how you call them people on them that has give permission to be physical planning on them places on them. When people come, how does the procedure, how does the process go? You want to build, you buy a piece of land anyway, and you just draw a plan, and somebody just bring it to somebody sitting at a desk, and what they do, they just stamp it and tell you, okay, nobody goes to see the topography, the area, whatever. Is it safe for you to build there? Do we really pay attention to those things? Because I'm seeing some people that build in certain areas, and all it takes is a little push and your house going down the entire slope. Do they really take building codes and ethics and all these things seriously, or somebody just close their eye and approve and you go about your business and you build? Nobody checks up on if you're building to within the standards or whatever. Do we do those things here? Because it really makes you wonder. So, wait a minute. Not true. What is those? You should never drive through water in flash floods. I'm just asking. Coslin Mitchell says the young lady that they found this morning in the vehicle is my family. Condolences to you as well, Coslin. Like I said, I can't speak too much on it because I don't have the information. Just saw a notice saying that the young lady died. I'm not sure as to why, how, or whatever it is, so I can't speak too much on it. Luke says building regulations are non-existent in Carriacou. Not sure about Grenada. Gabby says they only come when you build in big place and you didn't go to them. Nah, man, somebody needs to do their job. It's like people just doing whatever and whenever and however. Back then they just build, not now, because I have a plan and they have to go and do inspections. There's a company that tests concrete here. You should see them drive through the rushing flooded water on my corner. Dr. Jocelyn Peters, good morning, says it's essential that we prioritize safety as our top priority. Let's focus on fostering constructive conversations that uplift one another. We should work together to identify the disaster-prone areas across Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique to enhance our preparedness and resilience. Yeah, we need to. But we spend more time, like I said, we spend more time playing the blame game than actually looking at constructive. Like I said, I'm not no engineer, so I can't speak on where the water should go and how they should build and what. I just put one in my mouth because I see everybody talking about the wall and the wall should build and they didn't finish wall and whoever needs to do it. And I don't think it's just like a printer. They pick up and tell build a wall. It has to be somebody who knows engineering, who knows about those things to make sure that it is done properly and it will be effective. While there are some saying that if the wall was not there, it would be worse than what we saw yesterday. So that's, as always, we politicize everything, and at the end of the day, who was, who is, who will be. Whatever needs to be done, let's just get it done. That's all there is to it. I don't understand why we waste all this time, with this back and forth, and whoever was there started it. Whoever is here now, continue it. If you need to do more research, you need to do to sort out the problem, then just do it. It's like we always going around and around and around, merry-go-round straight, like spinning top in mud 24/7. Ryan says the wall is not complete. If it's not complete, then complete it. How about we just do that? Natural Stripe says, greetings, Queen. I came real close to death yesterday trying to get home to Mount Morris. It was very, very, very scary. I'm putting it mildly. I know it was just, I saw, listen, I saw some of the posting. I saw people who are still traumatized this morning, traumatized by what they had to experience yesterday, flooding. They're not sure what's happening on the other side. They're just following. There's a line of traffic and they're just following the traffic and sitting there for hours, not knowing what's going on. Phone lines were like at go slow. Cell services, of course, was on go slow yesterday. Messages on go slow yesterday. So, people were in a state of panic yesterday because, especially if you have children and you don't know what's going on, if they were able to get home, then electricity went, bus terminal full of people, not a bus in sight. Thank God they were able to get home and everybody was safe, minus this news we're hearing this morning of this lady. But we have a lot of work to do. So like I said, nothing could stop that water. They could talk about wall. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not no engineer. So me know what wall could do and what wall can do. Um, but at the end of the day, something needs to be done. Um, Senator, good morning. Says NADMA always asking for volunteers to help improve the capacity of the district teams, but the turnout is always low. But then poor NADMA during the listen, NADMA will get beaten today, NADMA will get beaten tomorrow, NADMA will get beaten the day after. You'll always fall. Well, listen, you say when you're the captain, whatever happens, you'll have to be at the brunt of the responsibility. But when NADMA does ask for them thing, listen, what we fail to realize here. Yes, volunteerism is nice, it's good, it's wonderful. But what we need to do is create incentives. We're talking about young people. All young people see these days is dollars. You hardly get in young people to even volunteer to clean around their own house. You think young people want to go volunteer with NADMA for nothing? So we have to put some sort of measure, whether we a little stipend, a little some, but you have to have some. Otherwise, it's going to be the same set of people, the same set of older people jamming. But at the end of the day, to be fair, the people who are in control, they're not doing it, they're not volunteering, are they? Those who are in control, that's their job. So maybe we need to do it's a little something, even if they could put a little gas in their vehicle or they could buy a drink at the end of the day. People are doing nothing for nobody. We're going to sit here and wait for people to volunteer till the cows come home. We are not living in times before when people took pride in volunteerism and you were part of Brownies and Girl Scout, Boy Scouts and guides and Cadet Corps and all them different and what's the name, Red Cross, what's the other thing, and them Salvation Army. Who else did have that volunteers? People ain't doing nothing for nothing. People and even, like I said, people not even cleaning their own yard. People aren't even going outside and open drain. How much time not been telling people about hurricane season, cut branches and cut open drain so water could flow? People don't even open their own drain. You think they're gonna open somebody else's drain? Nobody ain't doing nothing for free anymore. Even if you're going to school and you beg them, why you giving me? Everybody want to know. You asking in one, stretching the other hand. Nothing then free. Nothing for nothing. So either we come up with some ways or create incentives or something to entice people into joining and to be part of these organizations. 4-H and all them thing and them. 4-H still active like before? You used to take pride because back then we didn't have all these distractions. We didn't have no gadgets. So we used to see that as time away from home, time away from having to go home and do one amount of work, cut grass and clean and go and feed rabbit and feed tired goat. To us, that was something to keep us away from home. So we were actively involved in other extracurricular activities. 4-H and all those things, you took pleasure in going on camp and going and being outside. Now everybody have gadget, everybody have 2 and 3 phone, they have smartphone, they have tablet, they have TV in their own room. Oh, children, you getting to come and say hello? We seriously living on this. Listen, some of y'all living in a state of denial. Back then it was easy to volunteer because, like I said, we did not have any distractions. No phones, no TV in my room, one like a black and white TV outside that you have to turn the antenna for. No children had their own TV in their own room. Now they have phone. Now they have internet at their disposal. You don't have no dial-up where you have to wait forever to get a little connection and hours to download a little movie or download a little song. that end day again. So now asking children to come outside and young people to volunteer, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be the voice of doom and gloom, but I'm just not seeing it. I'm sorry. I just rather to be practical and be real. It's not happening. No, right? Back in the day, we wanted to volunteer because we had nothing else to do. School, what else? Little homework, little housework. We wanted to volunteer. Andrea says that we also have to address those who engage in illicit dumping. As I said on another platform, when are we going to amend existing legislation to enforce stiffer penalties to deal with those illegally dumping? Only the other night in GBN, there was a report, a set of debris from a construction site. And that is the problem. Listen, we have a law for everything. But you know what our problem is? It's implementation. There's a lot. There's laws for everything. If you were to go through, there's laws, but the problem is implementation. Who's enforcing these laws and rules and regulations? Nobody. Morning.
Morning, Aruna. How are you today?
Good.
All right. So I've been listening to your program, and myself and some of my friends was having a discussion about the same wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, I don't think the wall is the issue.
What you think
right?
is the issue?
I'm not an engineer, but this is what I thought, right? The real issue is where the salt water and the fresh water meet.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would not mix, that's how the water keep backing up. So the wall kind of being higher would have helped from breaking or breaching into the road and other areas for a lot of gallons of water, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I think they should do is what we call the bushery, build like a dam, like where the water could overflow, so it drops into the sea like a waterfall and don't have any backflow. Because once the fresh water and the salt water meeting, that becomes its own wall and it's going to back up, and that's what's causing the water to back up, because the water has no way to drop into the sea. If it was dropping into the sea, let's say like something like a dam with a ramp on and it has like a backflow system, so when it's low tide, it goes through like that pipe and it goes out. But when it's high, the water behind them will lock it. I think they have some of those kind of locks like on the wall going on my river road, so the water don't come back, right? And let the water fall into the sea. So that height of water will always have some way to displace itself.
So the problem is, so you're saying the problem is the water don't have anywhere to go?
No, because once the fresh and the salt meet, it becomes its own barricade. It takes a long time to fuse. So you have to put a mechanism there that will take the height of water, a certain height of water, and drop it into the sea. Even if once you drop it into the sea could spread. So that water is always falling into something. But if it's just meeting water to water, it's going to back up. That's just my opinion.
Okay, gotcha.
And I thought person should have looked at that when you're looking at the St. John's River and what can happen.
Somebody here is saying in reference to what you're saying, the person is saying the mouth of the river is the issue. You're also correct. I would also add the wall needs to also be constructed right to the bridge by the Deco. Okay.
That's just my 2 cents, Aruna, for anybody listening, engineer, person dealing with planning or whatever it may be. They need to put a dam, some sort of system there so that the water could overflow like a waterfall into the sea. And it will prevent the water from backing up because it will constantly be moving. But once fresh and salt meet, it's going to stop and it's going to back up. And then the overspill becomes the National Stadium, River Road, and if it's not going fast enough, it becomes by Decal and by Steels and all of these.
So we have our old like a bushery there, salt and fresh meat in.
You're right.
And that's the problem.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, like I said, we may not be engineers, but I mean, they say common sense was made before book. Yeah? Say common sense was made before book. So before everything went down in book, it's somebody who had the common sense to put it together and then write it down in the book. Sense come before book. So sometimes it may not hurt to look at, alternative suggestions. Like you said, may I come from somebody with DR in front of their name or whatever in front of their name, but common sense. So maybe that's something we can whoever is in charge of that can look at. It's a canal, right? Yeah, yeah. It's like I have an idea. I'm picturing what he's talking about because, like you said, if the salt on the first meeting is right there, but it needs something to drop down into. So if it can't find that, of course, it's gonna find other ways to spill. Water is not like sand. Water moves. Water moves, and with that amount of rain, listen, all Tempe, all the way up by the gas station, water in road everywhere. There was a little bridge. Anywhere there was a little drain was just water. And another thing that I noticed that we're doing, we're fixing roads, we're building roads, but we're not doing proper drainage. And if you don't have proper drainage, building roads makes no sense. And again, I don't have to be an engineer to know that. If there's no way for the water to flow, of course it's going to come into the road. So building on the road, fixing it, and no proper drainage, it's like a complete waste of time. You're still going to undermine and cause problems. And about road, the Ministry of Works, please, I beg in. Monjalu by Pastor Happy, is Pastor Happy Church, right on the corner there. You have about 6 big hole. 6 big hole. And he had a vehicle in front of me yesterday, and I hold my head when I see it go down because I know where it is. So I swing and pass in past the happy yard. That's Monjalu, right? Monjalu or Marian? That's Monjalu or Marian. Somebody help me. That's Monjalu. Where Pastor Happy Church is right on the corner there. They have about 6 big, when I tell you big, deep holes right on that corner. The church, you had to pass into to avoid going on, and that person in front of me yesterday apparently did not know. They had to be new in that area. And they went down not once, they went down not twice. I just keep seeing the vehicle bumping up and down in front of me, down in the hole, and they probably inside that vehicle cussing everybody. Oh, that yesterday evening. Oh gosh, I'll give it a little touch up, please. Please, 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 I beg you. Monjalu, Lower Monjalu. Right next to Pastor Happy Church. What's the name of Sanctuary? What's the name of the church? I can't remember the name of the church, but whatever. Right there, you can't miss it. 4, 5, it's like right now they join in. Them whole and them just join in. So sooner or later it might just become a whole crater because it keeps breaking off, and it just join in, break off here, and it just one hole turn into 2 holes, and then you have one. You don't know which hole is what hole. So somebody needs to look into it. Please, please, please. Ministry of Works or anybody. Yeah, so before we go, that's something we seriously need to look into. Too much losses and damages and wasting the money. We ain't had no mint here. We ain't had no mint, we just go and shell out money. If we're doing something, we need to do it properly. We have to seriously look into this River Road situation. At least we might not be able to totally solve the problem, but to minimize the impact whenever it rains. That building roads and fixing roads and no proper drainage, people building anywhere without proper whatever, no drainage in their own yard, water just all over their yard, flowing everywhere, anywhere. We have a lot of work to do. The Minister for Transportation, who is the Minister for Transportation and Road again? Me don't know, you know. Who is the Minister for Transportation? I can't remember. One of them. Whoever is the Minister for Transportation. Somebody about Andy. Andy's not the Minister for everything, eh? Like everything is under the PM. Hey, Annalisa, the PM, Akim. All right, well, Mr. PM, I see you making the wrong self. You don't put me by me at all. Minister for Transportation and Roads. Okay, I need to send mobilization is Andy. I need to send a little message for the minister then to get those holes in that road in Marian fixed. Because bad. I can't say bad. I can't do it again. It's real bad. Like just Hold on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so passing whatever, and it's your birthday, you could do what you want. Let me see if I touched everything before we go. Um yeah. Just wanted to remind people to be a bit more proactive. Yeah? You don't have to wait on a government, you don't have to wait on somebody in authority to tell you what to do for every little thing. You don't. Certain things you can use your initiative and make a call. Make a call without somebody having to tell you. When I send a little video and it is I think when I'm passing, yeah. When I'm going home, I'm gonna do that. I think that's the better way to do that. So y'all probably think I'm joking. So I'll do a video, I'll stop and do a video when I'm going home. So y'all have an understanding as to where I'm talking about. Because trust me, it's not good. Shireen, thanks for that suggestion. Andrea, they say, you know what they say, the best will be the last. Your turn coming here, another PM will make time for the ladies' room. That's not a problem. Anytime I'm ready for the PM to come through, give us one call. I ain't worried about that. No, I free up yourself. I ain't worried about that at all. And I stated on the poster, NADMA don't give weather forecasts. No, NADMA is not responsible for giving weather forecasts. The Meteorological Office is responsible for that. NADMA is not responsible for giving weather forecasts. If there is NADMA is about disaster, right? If there are impending disasters, hurricanes, what have you, they act on the advice or they act on the weather forecasts, and they advise us in return. But NADMA is not responsible for posting about. I mean, they maybe could change that. They probably could post the weather updates, considering everybody runs to their page and runs to and ball out for NADMA. I mean, not everything is written in stone. Not because they're not responsible for certain things means they can't, change up. Because outside of the hurricane or disasters don't happen every day. So in the interim, when there's nothing else going on, maybe they can also do that, because that's where everybody goes. Everybody goes to NADMA page seeking information whenever we get a little rain, whenever sunshine too hot, is a NADMA. So maybe they need to just, be on the ball where that is concerned as well. All right. So on that note, when I opened my car yesterday and see more than water, so I just close it back. Those students in TAPCC had me laughing so much, in a sad situation, the way they were so creative in using chairs to walk on. But at some point in time, there was only so much you could do. You had to face the water. All I could think about was putting my foot. Listen, the firemen would have to come and take me out of the school. And the way I am when it comes to that, and just seeing that smelly, nasty water in Tantine every day, that water stagnant and moving. And that is another area we need to seriously look at. That stagnant water that don't move. The problem is the water has nowhere to go. So these are things we seriously need to look at. Otherwise, we'll always have that problem. And again, more damages, more loss, more money to be spent. We have to look at solutions. We can't just keep putting Band-Aid on something and it's still there, festering. We have to keep looking at ways to cure it completely. But trust and believe, if I had to walk in that water yesterday, if I try to put me out of that, because there's no way my foot going down in that water. Any other water, I don't mind water, River Road water, I don't mind Granan's water. But you see that old people used to say Shofi water, that stink water over in Tantine, to put on your foot in that water. You have to go home and dip your foot in bleach and jays and soak it for weeks. Because all kind of old thing does be in that water. And again, bottles does be in that water too. So we really, really need to get serious about our disposals, the way we dispose of things in Grenada. We have to get serious about it. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. And thanks so much for joining us, and be safe. All right, thank you so much, Beacon Insurance and Western Union, for taking us through another ladies' room for today. Have a good Wednesday, everybody. And the whole Ministry of Works, please